Hi, my name's Nick Whelan. I'm a veterinary ophthalmologist that works at the Ontario Veterinary College in Guelph. What is a veterinary ophthalmologist, you might say? Well, just like in human medicine, we have specialists in veterinary medicine as well. These specialties include things like cardiology, neurology, and in my case, ophthalmology. That involves me having to complete an internship, a 3-year training program, and sitting some examinations to become a member of the American College of Veterinary Ophthalmologists. That allows me to specialize solely in animal eyes. There are 6 ophthalmologists that are providing this eye screening for service dogs in Ontario during this first week of May. When your animal first comes in for the eye screening, I'll talk to you and ask you some questions about what your animal is used for, and if there's any things that you've noticed that the animal may or may not be doing which makes you think there's some visual problems. After that, I'll use some magnification and mainly look at the outside of the eye, just to check that the eyelids are in the right place, that there aren't any opacities on the outside of the eye which might impact light going through. We'll put some dilating drops in, and about 15 to 20 minutes later, what I'll do is I'll use more magnification and take a detailed look inside the eye. This is where I'm looking to see for things like cataracts, which are opacities in the lens, which is the bit of your eye that you use to focus images on the back of your eye. Other things that I'll be looking for, and is unfortunately quite common in dogs, is evidence of degeneration of the retina, which is the part of your eye which actually picks up the images and sends information back to the brain. Service dogs are used by all kinds of people. It's not just those by the police, the fire for the arson investigations or the explosives. It's also people who have visual problems, those with autism. The purpose of the screening is to ensure that the dogs can see everything they need to see in their environment in order to be able to do the best job they can. There are some instances, for example like on a guide dog, you don't want your guide dog to have cataracts because then it becomes a liability not only for the dog but also for the owner.
I received an email from a listserv that I'm on of other guide dog users. Well, because she's a guide dog and I figure eyes are kind of a big part of the job, so I want to make sure they're still good. And I figured when she's young, I want to have a good baseline if things start to go wrong so that we know what they look like when they're healthy. Because I'm pretty sure they're healthy, but I figure to know when they start to go, at least we'll have something to go by.
So the purpose of this is to provide a screening exam to identify if there are any problems that the owner needs to be aware of, such that we can either plan to make some arrangements to improve the dog's vision, or in some instances maybe the dog is not suitable for that particular work. At the end of the examination, your dog's eyes will be pretty dilated, almost like what you have when you come from an ophthalmologist yourself. As you know, this takes some time to go back to normal, and the drugs that we use in these dogs usually take 3 to 5 hours before the animal's pupils go back to normal. This means you probably shouldn't use your dog usually for the rest of the day, but they should be back to normal by the next day.